Min-Seok has died 99 times in the apocalypse, each reset triggered by his desperate mission to save his daughter Dami. Once an ordinary man, he became the world's most experienced survivor, reliving countless timelines where the zombie outbreak destroys everything. Granted 99 lives by a goddess, he learns something new each time, but always loses his daughter. On his second-to-last attempt, he reaches a military stronghold too late, lives out a sorrow-filled lifetime, and dies with the same unwavering wish: save Dami. In his final life, everything changes. The street outside his home is unexpectedly swarmed with zombies. He shoves Dami inside and sacrifices himself again. Only this time, an unknown power awakens within him. Fueled by love and rage, he tears through the undead with inhuman strength, overwhelming the horde single-handedly. He reunites with Dami and later reaches an A-Mart supermarket where soldiers hold their ground. Suspicion rises and the fierce Captain Black Widow Hyeri orders them to leave, but Min-Seok's anger reignites when he sees Dami suffering. After surviving 99 failures, he swears this time will be different. This time he will not fail his daughter. He decides to use whatever means to help his daughter get inside the stronghold. The skill he needed here wasn't his superhuman strength, but acting. He starts acting as if his daughter has asthma, as his statement goes this way. He explained that a feeble soul wandering aimlessly had made his daughter's asthma far more serious. In desperation, he implored for aid, pouring every ounce of emotion into his plea, persuading her to come to his daughter's rescue. He even asserted that he would willingly sacrifice his own existence. He would do whatever it took to protect his treasured daughter. For a fleeting moment, the captain froze, astonished by the intensity of his devotion to his child. In the next instant, their mood shifted to annoyance as they abruptly departed. Earlier, even Egghead regarded the man's actions as a reckless stunt. The crew found it particularly challenging, since their captain was infamous for her frigid demeanor and utter disregard for anyone's sentiments. The scene transitioned to the most comical moment of the chapter. Egghead glanced over, his jaw dropping in astonishment as he witnessed the captain's pitiful expression. Meanwhile, the girl struggled to restrain her emotions as she absorbed the tale. The character eventually undergoes a transformation in perspective and decided to allow the pair to join the group of survivors, citing that they could use the additional support. Everyone could sense that the true reason was different. Beneath her hardened exterior, she appeared tender at heart. The situation demanded closer inspection to truly grasp what had occurred, revealing a remarkable ability to manipulate perception, rendering him adept at deceiving others. He felt a genuine smile emerge as he observed that the captain remained unchanged as always. During prior encounters with her, he discovered that she had once served as a soldier despite having retired. She had undertaken the duty of uniting numerous survivors and had gone to great lengths to protect the shelter. Outwardly, she had a reputation for being harsher than anyone could imagine, often compared to a merciless serpent. Yet beneath that fierce exterior, she could not resist stories of parents sacrificing their lives for their children. He cleverly exploited this vulnerability. Upon meeting her, he felt infuriated at what he had just executed. She felt distressed by his readiness to abandon her. Despite everything, she continued feigning asthma, forcing out raspy coughs that sounded unnatural and exaggerated. The soldier's irritation was visible, yet in reality, the man alone understood what had truly transpired. He observed that his daughter's mental state had deteriorated more than in any previous attempt, reaching its nadir. Ensuring her protection became his highest priority. What troubled him most were two unforeseen factors that had suddenly emerged in this iteration alone. He noted the timeline, trained as a direct result of events that transpired merely a week earlier. A boy bitten by zombies unexpectedly acquired superhuman abilities. He seemed so detached from himself now that calling him accurate hardly felt appropriate anymore. They began by analyzing the initial steps necessary for survival. Smart provided a vast assortment of supplies and resources, guaranteeing ample provisions for everyone. Moreover, the area was well defended by numerous guards, ensuring everyone's safety. He observed an unfamiliar sight. A building had collapsed right beside him, something he had never witnessed in this zone before. The soldier, startled by this discovery, questioned him skeptically, remarking that he acted as though he already anticipated what would occur. 3 days prior, an incident had taken place that became central to his narrative. Without warning, a horde of zombies lunged at the group, launching an assault, the captain ever selfless. By instinct, she single-handedly drew everyone away, leading them into that very edifice. The entire area was entirely overrun by ravenous hordes. The woman demolished the structure by detonating preset explosives. As the building crashed down, it buried the zombies beneath rubble. Given the circumstances, the group was reduced to mere debris and ash, showing no signs of survival. Even if a few survived the destruction, there was no way for them to escape the fallen structure without caution. The soldier shifted his gaze toward the man. He appeared visibly terrified, his expression marked by fear initially. Egghead erupted into laughter, mocking him as if he truly believed zombies might suddenly emerge. The irony became evident when a colossal zombie silently materialized behind him. The enormous, wild-eyed figure towered over the small, uniformed fighter. The creature unveiled its horrifying mutated form. The once confident genius now stood speechless, utterly at a loss, while his reckless deeds had finally caught up, leaving him on the brink of disaster. The massive beast lifted its arm high, ready to deliver a devastating blow. Below, the human was utterly crushed, yet the story did not end there. The same zombie approached the captain, coming dangerously close to ensnaring her as well. Thanks to her exceptional agility, she slipped away at the last possible moment. Her soldiers stared in astonishment at the emergence of zombies. Confusion spread among them as they tried to identify the source of these creatures. She quickly organized her troops, instructing them to unleash fire on the repulsive enemy. A torrent of bullets erupted as the soldiers commenced their assault. Despite their efforts, the creature effortlessly absorbed every shot, absorbing attacks while collecting aura without strain. A thunderous roar emanated from the terrifying monster. It suddenly lunged at the group of soldiers. The carnage escalated when a powerful uppercut instantly knocked out 3 of its followers. A single unlucky man remained entirely exposed. Paralyzed with fear for his life, the zombie raised both arms, intent on crushing him. Fortunately, the captain, acting swiftly and prioritizing her team, hurled her backpack to divert attention. She successfully pulled him out of danger. She cautioned the clown. Remaining calm was essential for his survival. The batty captain drifted into deep thought, struggling to steady herself as she realized they now faced something far more perilous than an ordinary zombie. Her initial concern focused on the mart, recalling it as a refuge. She guided the remaining survivors toward the structure. As the group surged forward, Min attempted to speak but was quickly silenced. Snapping at him to remain quiet and focus on fleeing, she struggled to maintain order. The situation awakened a protective instinct within the boy. Stirring paternal feelings, he turned to confront the grotesque mass of zombie flesh. Channeling every ounce of strength into his fist, he lunged at the beast, determined to fight it with nothing but bare hands. The story now follows his strategy to lure the terrifying zombie toward a fortified barricade just beyond the marts. This barrier was built with such resilience that the colossal zombie could not break through, buying crucial time to target its weak points. Suddenly, a wave of dread washed over her as she realized a terrible truth. From her vantage point, she observed the survivors gathered on the first floor. She paused momentarily, taking time to appreciate the skill and competence evident in their actions. The situation had deteriorated, now that the remaining survivors were amassed in this location. This sudden development compelled the captain to stop immediately and determine the next step. Frustrated by the circumstances, she refused to let the creature endanger anyone nearby. Determined, she aimed to draw its focus to herself, proving her strength and bravery. This was a true display of a formidable female leader. She glanced over, only to be stunned by the realization that her father had completely vanished from sight. The captain's fury surged as she recognized that all her efforts had been wasted, her father abandoning his own daughter. The girl gestured toward another path, indicating to the captain that the man could be found in that direction. Caught off guard yet still wearing a full face of makeup, the captain stared at the unfolding scene, unable to conceal her astonishment. She watched as their companion attacked the zombie relentlessly, pounding its head. They repeatedly struck it, leaving its head severely mangled and deformed. With a decisive strike, he delivered the final blow, ending the zombie's existence. Even the most seasoned soldiers were rendered speechless, unable to react. The scene before them was so horrific that the survivors could hardly bear to witness it. The zombie's life had abruptly ended. The young man calmly caught his breath, as though defeating a massive creature with only his strength was routine. The captain faced him, eyes brimming with disbelief and doubt, struggling to comprehend the scenario. Meanwhile, the man displayed no concern for those around him. His first act was to express regret to his cherished daughter, admitting he had failed to keep his promise, letting her witness his vulnerability, acknowledging without hesitation that her welfare mattered more than concealing his secret. For that reason, he intervened to take action. The circumstances became increasingly complex. She had developed deep mistrust toward him. She grew so suspicious that she aimed a gun directly at him, demanding to know his true identity. He appeared as if he had stepped from a magazine, his muscles defined, presence exuding confidence. Min formally introduced himself and began to remove his glasses, his extreme measures troubling his cherished daughter. She feared the soldiers might harm him if they discovered his true identity. At the peak of the moment, he brought the sequence to a chilling close by proclaiming himself a zombie, then confidently elevating his title, Zombie Expert.
Of course, what the Zombie-Papa just said is utterly bullshit, but what do you all think would happen next? To watch the next part of this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so as to not miss the next video.